CPR तो बहुत ओछा लोग यूज करे છે. Okay, hello guys, welcome back again. I hope everybody did some work on that chart and they would have understood better. Anybody has any question or concern so far from the previous session? If you want to ask anything for the previous session, anything about support, resistance, how you use the moving averages and how you worked it.
Hi Jigar, this is Mehul here.
Yeah, Mehul.
I'm fine with the last session. The only thing which I was wondering is like when you set up the screens, like the screeners to filter out the stocks or to the companies, how does screening, which parameters do we use to be effective screening?
So it all depends on how you use it. So can you see the screen now or not? Can you see the screen? On the
Yeah, I can see it.
This is the screener, right? You can see the screener or something else you are seeing. What are you seeing? Oh yeah, you are seeing the screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
That's good. So now when you go to the filter out, and it's like a trial and error, what you want, what you are looking. So for an example, this is the technical, right? On the technical, you want to look for patterns. Let's look the patterns. Okay. Do they have the patterns here? Yeah, technical have the patterns. Okay, let me see. Parabolic, V, simple moving average, pattern here. Pattern. You want to say doji. Okay. So that will filter out some of those one. Like these are the 215 matches. So 215, I don't want to go to the 215. Let's say moving rating, I want to go strong buy. I have 94 now. Oscillation rating, I want to go buy. There is nothing. Let's say buy. I have 11 matches. Let's see these 11 matches. Right? 11 matches, descriptive, fundamental. Okay. So now I have 11 matter, like 11. I just did the doji and I just did the what is the strong buy or the buy. Okay. So now let's see. I don't want the ETF. So BPYU. Let's see what it does say. Okay. And I don't know what does it do. Nothing. Okay. This is on the daily time frame. I'm going to do this one. Okay. So if you see this BPU, this is kind of making kind of triangle. The price is going up. It's very good at this point of time. Is taking a support. Is going up. It made the doji. So if the price goes down from here from $18, you can expect the 1750, 1760 down, and then the next stage will be like 1680 and then 1488, right? On a weekly basis, let's see what does it the weekly says. Yeah, this is on a good resistance level, like good resistance level on a weekly basis too. Like if you see here, yeah, it's kind of good resistance level. So the price, you might see that if the price breaks on this upper channel, like after the 1885, and if they give the closing above here, 1885, the chances of it to go from $3 from here is very high. So that will be your next resistance, which will be here, right? So price can go to the $20 resistance level from here, because if you see here, earlier it provided the support, then it fell, and then it kind of took the resistance as a worked as a resistance. Price came, gave the false breakdown, and the price currently hovering around that support area, right? And it makes the doji. That means chances that the price might either go up or a down, might go down because there is a gap as well. So you need to see how the price react rather than bullish or bearish. I would just focus on the price, what is saying, And let's see confirmation from the volume if we have volume. If yeah, there is some volume. It's not that much though, but there is some volume, right? So by after this one, like look for the whatever the screener was saying. This is EVC communication. This is NYSE approved. And nobody is waiting for the coming in, right? There is nobody in the group. Okay. Uh, okay. For this one, go for a day trade. So this is doji, and of course, is the making the same pattern. But if you see, this is on upward movements, is facing the same resistance. So those kind of stock, you want to keep it an eye, and then okay, if this break the 440, I'm gonna go to the 560. Does it make sense to you? Like how you select the stock, and you can change it. Like there are so many thousands of screener. This is the filter. You can change any, like from doji. I would say like a hammer, right? I go hammer, and after the hammer, I say, you know what, hammer, I like this hammer. This is ETF. This is BPYU. So there is a hammer here too. EVC has the hammer, and let me figure it out some more on exponential moving average. Let's see, exponential moving crosses up to the exponential moving average 50. So I have only two options. These both are the ETF. So you don't want to get the ETF. So what I'll do, I usually take off this moving average, this like one oscillator, any, and now I have the RMPT. I don't want to buy RMPT. This is like a penny stock. Then you go moving average, cancel it out. So only you have doji and hammer. I don't need a doji. I just hammer. So there is nothing which comes. So now you move on to the different screener and figure out what you want in your screener. So there is no set criteria which you want it. You can go and look for this kind of patterns anywhere. Like there are like 117 paper. Like once you are the bullish engulfing, that means like a bullish. Now what you need just a strong buy. Okay, now what we have H. This is EF. This is TA, right? Let's say TA, travel center. And so you need to spend the time on the screen. Okay, more you spend time on the screen, better you will understand it. Okay, so I can draw the trend line here, right? That is supporting, but it kind of broke the major trend line here. It was a breakdown. So the price already touched, did the what you call retracement has happened. So now if this trend line, or like this support horizontal line, is broken, this price gonna come down. Even though there was a bullish engulfing, if this support is broken, it comes. Otherwise, it will go from here. You will see the $33. Bottom is 24 is your support, and if that breaks, you will go. It will go down. So you have to go screeners and find what you like. If you don't like it, chuck it. If you like it, keep it for a watch list and kind of follow the chart and take it from there. Does it make sense? There is
Yep.
no set criteria, right? There is no set criteria.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can go on a filter right here. Go on to this filter and you can put whatever the criteria you want. The aim is to minimize the number. Okay.
Okay.
The only aim is to minimize the number of the uh, stock you are watching. That's the only screening thing you can do. Because if you have the 1,000, you cannot go and check the 1,000, right? The only thing
Yeah.
you have the certain criteria, you want the moving averages, you want the breakout, those kind of trade, and see where the breakout can happen. Keep an eye, watch it, and the next time when it breaks, you go. Like if you remember last time when we watch it and we found the OXGN by fluke, we didn't look for it, it just came up, and then
Yeah.
yeah, it was okay, this is a good trend, is following. Now let's keep an eye on those one. if you want to buy, go buy it, right? So that's how it goes, right?
Yep.
Anybody has any question or concern so far, other than that one now? No. Okay. So everybody knows what is support, moving average, and everything, candlestick and everything. Anybody has a question or concern? Anybody has any question for the regarding the moving average and other stuff? And Sudhir bhai, I saw your, like, I am watching your messages in the group. I like it because you are like paying attention. I'm not sure whether you are seasoned or not, but I like the way you are like looking at the chart. And same with the Mudassir bhai, he is like seasoned. I know. I don't know about the other people much, but Sudhir bhai, I know you are charting very good now. You are setting on the group one for the side, right?
Jigar, sorry, my daughter was yelling. I was trying to attend to her. I
Okay,
forgot.
no worries, no
I
worries.
didn't catch your question.
So my question was like, I saw your message in the group that you are like paying attention to the chart. So that's
yeah,
very good. Keep it up.
yeah. Basically, the more I try, the better I would understand, right? So
Yes,
I
that's
keep
true.
trying it.
That's true.
There are times when probably the way I'm charting it is not right, but that's why I tend to share it in the group. So in case if anyone else think that that's not the right way to do it, then I could correct myself, right? So,
Yeah, that's how you learn, right? That's how you learn, right?
totally. Yeah.
If you don't pay attention to the chart, you won't get it. Okay. I know Mudassir Bhai is like a very, very good charter. So he's very good technical. He doesn't say anything, but
Jigar, I just had one question. I know with respect to stocks, it is very much relevant to charting, right? Does crypto also follow charting?
kinda. But
Kind of,
I
okay.
but it all depend on the volume on the crypto because it's
Got
from
it.
pendulum,
Mhm.
right? So yeah. So now let's go and move on. Mudassar bhai just started learning, brother. I'm a student. No, you are not a student, brother. I know. I've seen your chatting. What you telling? I'm the student. Still, I'm a student. But yeah, I've seen your chatting. Anyways,
Oh, thank you so much, brother. No, honestly, I just started. Actually, my trading I started in December last year. So
uh-huh.
the charting thing I started learning from actually literally for maybe a month ago, something like that.
Okay. Yes, it's a still good one,
So there are
right?
a lot of things to learn. That's why I'm
Oh,
here to give training. So
plenty
thank
of
you so
things to
much.
learn. Plenty of things to learn, my friend. Even for me, I don't know anything about charting. I only know 1% of the charting. Maybe 0.001, maybe. I don't know charting. I don't know anything. So basically, now let's move on. Let's see how does the things works. So if you see, like, I did share the video in the group about, like, taking the support from the 52,929, and it did Twitter did take the support, but it's like 55. This is the range for a Twitter. And the Billy, which I shared earlier, the same way it kind of fall to the $101 from $110 for the last 5 days. I did share it in the my YouTube channel, and I shared in the group. So now let's see how the things works for the day trading for the Bollinger Band. Anybody use the Bollinger Band in their trading or not yet? Anybody use the Bollinger Band? Anybody use?
I used to find entries and exits, mostly entries.
Okay.
So I see if it goes past the upper band, then I watch for entry because it could fall back lower. So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
other than that, not much.
Okay.
I
Not much.
use maybe 5 minutes or something like that to find an entry.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I don't know whether that's the right
Yeah,
approach. But
that's the right approach. We'll see here. So,
okay.
for the band, for the if you don't know the Bollinger Band, this is the upper band. This is the lower band. The middle part is 20 SMA. Now, when you are whenever you are using it, you need to figure it out. Whenever the price walk on the band, you can be with the trend. Whenever the price move away from the band, you can move out from the trade. That's one way to look it. The only thing which you need to pay attention to is when the price is squeezing. Okay, when the price is squeezing, that gives an idea that there is something going on. So for an example, if you see like on a day trade, like okay, on a daily chart, okay, so if you see here, price is on a range bound, right? Whenever the price is on the range bound, specifically on the daily time frame, and the price is above the 20 SMA, there is a high chances that price gonna go upwards, breaking the trend line. And at the same time, if you use your Bollinger Band, it will give a pretty good result to be on a swing trader. Say for an example, if you wait here and follow the just the, as long as the price is with the BB, you with the be with the trend. Either you can get out here and the re-enter here, get out here and re-enter here, and you get out here. And then if you want to re-enter, you can re-enter here, get out from here. So what does it mean is like the band gives a pretty good idea of the resistance. As long as the price is with the band, you be with the band. One thing also you need to remember is with the band, if the price is moving out of the band, it has to come inside the band. Okay, whenever the price moves outside the band, it has to come inside. It has to. It might take 1 or 2 days or 3 days, 4 days, but it will come inside. Even if it's on the bottom, it has to come inside. So that way you can decide what you want to do with your trade, whether you want to go long or the short, because like you might have some days where the price, like say here, price was up outside. That means you can see there are chances that price gonna come inside the band. So there might be some retracement, and the price might go up here from here. 20, which is the middle band, which acts as a good resistance or the support level. So for an example, if you see every time the price come closer to this 20 level, it will do react, whether it will like here it kind of close and the next day it was up. So that means like the price going on other side, it closed, and then it made the bottom like here, probably took the support from this area, and then it went up, then it fell again. So this area you'd want to avoid trading. Let it give a good indications. You don't do on a daily basis or the swing basis, you don't want to buy a trade, any trade above like if it's below the 20 SMA, it don't want to short when it's above the 20 SMA. You just want to avoid your bigger time frame, like what the time frame is saying to you. You just want to avoid that extra noise from the trading. That will help you to understand that, minimize the potential flyers. Like sometimes what happens, like spy, if it's, say for an example, BB is going up, you say okay, it's been going 5-7 days, and you want to take a shot, don't take it. Let it retrace. It might retrace, and then it can continue the journey upwards. So only take the like a buy the put or short when the price is below 20 SMA. Okay, any question or concern so far?
But Jigar, even at that point, there is possibility that it could reverse back, right, and go uptrend.
Yes.
Like if you see on April 19th,
Here,
it was maintaining at 20 SMA, but it then spiked up. It didn't go down.
yeah, but what I'm saying, like you don't want to, like you also take the support and the resistance at the same time. You don't just go
Mm-hmm.
blindly. Say for an example, this is area, so now this is my support area anyways, right? If you
Mm-hmm.
see,
Mm-hmm.
this was my support area earlier, so you don't want to miss the support area, but you have to keep an eye that okay, this is 20 SMA, so this might work as a my potential, like a change of like a pace, whether it was going down, so it might go up, it
Mm-hmm.
might can change. You just have to keep an eye, like this one is taking a good support here, right? So
Yeah.
but it's 20 SMA, but now is a SMA, so it might bounce back to the 107 level tomorrow. Who
Mm-hmm.
knows? Who knows?
Got it.
Nobody knows. That's why it's just all about probabilities. What you are doing is trying to minimize the areas where it can trade can go against you.
Mm-hmm. But Jigar, I think so. Last time when you said EMA helped to estimate how the momentum
Yeah,
could be, right?
yeah,
So the EMA 50 and 100 and
yeah,
200,
yeah,
they if you add them,
yeah.
then I think so we will instantly understand. In this
Okay,
case,
okay, yeah.
because it is smaller,
Okay, let me
then
let me add those 50 SMA.
okay.
50, 20, 50, and 100. Okay, 20, 50, and 100 is here.
Mhm. So
Okay, so now, okay, sorry, I need to turn this off first. Okay, so now this is then the Bollinger Band. Okay, so the middle one is the 20 SMA as well. So
mhm.
if I take that out, it won't gonna change. You don't see this middle part, it won't change much, right? It's the same, and it will just become darker because it's the
Yeah.
same 20 SMA. So now, when you see this one, I'm gonna turn off the Bollinger Band now. When you see that this is like a bigger time frame, bigger moving average, and this is also bigger moving average, the price is below 20 SMA, like, right? And if it's taking a support, then there are chances that this will act as a resistance on the same day. If you see here, it did act as a resistance, but the next day price opened just above the SMA, because you are seeing here, but in the next day it would have been just open above the 20 SMA on the daily time frame, and then it took the resistance from the, this is I think 50, the purple is 50, wait, purple is, yeah, 50, 20, 50, 100, purple is 100. It took the resistance from the 100, and the next day it opened at the next one open above the 100, and then it took the resistance from the different time frame. So if you are a day trading, you have to look completely differently. If you are doing a day, like a, what you call, swing trader, you have to look the differently. But if you are doing a day trading, when you have this BBA, I'm gonna turn off this one. Only thing which you need to focus is on here, the squeezing. Only thing you need to focus is on the squeezing. Whenever the band is getting squeezed, there are chances the price gonna go up or down. It's not like a visible here. This is like a probably better example. You will not get those trade all the time, but whenever you get those kind of trade, like when the price is kind of squeezing at the particular range bound, price is range bound, and then next day the price fall, and when the price fall, it falls like a 5% at them. And if you see here, you have to be with the trend. If the price leaves the band, you can leave the trade. Okay, does it make
Got
sense
it.
here? You don't get the squeeze all the time. So this is kind of gives an idea when the squeeze happens, when the band is like narrowing, you might be able to get the good trend. So for an example here, it kind of range bound, and when the price walked on the BB, it kind of gave the good result. And at the same time, when the price went with the band, it gives a good result. You don't want to get out until the 20 SMA is broken. That's the one way to trade it. Some people just walk on the band. Once the price move away from the band, they move away from the trade. Okay, but this might be an example like here as well. If you see here, the price was on the range bound. Probably this is like a pre-hour market or the post-hour, but it was on a range bound more often. And the once you see that this gives a confirmation, the price is walking on the band, walking close to the band, you take a trade and it will give a good result. Of course, not all the time it will work, but it will give an idea that okay, we are on the right side of the trend. Okay, so let me show you how
But Jigar, maybe it all depends to when sellers get in control, right? If we see all those green candles, they all seem to be buyers being in control.
Yeah. But again, what I said, for the BB, you need to have the small, like a squeeze. You need to have the squeeze. Okay, this is called BB blast or BB walk. Even here, who was in control? First, there was a BB, like a buyers were in control, right? Here, price was going up, but suddenly when it was going on the range bound, then it broke. Once it broke, once it start doing these things, once they are doing on the Bollinger Band, then you take a trade. Either you go long or the short, depending on wherever the blast happens, you go take a long or the short, and it will give a good result. Not all the time. I'm saying not all the time. It's very easy for me. Let's say any crypto is going on. Wow, ETH. Let's see. That's a crypto, right? Let's look for the
Why not we see Dogecoin?
Dogecoin. Okay, let's see the Dogecoin. DODG. I think they did it take it out or what?
DOGE.
DOGE. Okay, right. Let's see Dogecoin and the 5 minutes. They don't follow the price action, but like if you see here, let's see on a day. Here. That is now 5. This is 5-minute chart. This is BB. Okay. Now, if you see here, once usually, like when the price, let's just squeeze. Let's see any squeeze here. Okay. If you see here, the price been squeezing. Right here, it's not that much. It's not moving like a higher high, higher lows much. And here, if you see, the price was on trending, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, and then price kind of came on a like a lower, and then it started coming down, and this one worked as your resistance as well. That area did work as your resistance. And crypto, not all the crypto will follow all the cryptos, because it's all about volume here. People do go crazy to buy the crypto, so not all the times it will follow, but you can see that there are chances that it will follow the same way. Let's see if on a higher time frame it does follow. It did follow here on the higher time frame. Here the price was walking on the band for a quite large period of time. Here, this is on an early time frame. It was walking on a band, and then once it kind of get away, like you could have get out here, but once it get out from the price went on the sideways, and then again it made a run as usual. It made a run, and then once away from the price you get out, and now is walking on the smaller time frame like over here, and it's facing a resistance here, because if you see, this area will work as a resistance, as well as this area is kind of coming out in the pictures. So Dogecoin might go up and then fall again, because this is, if you see here, this area is kind of more of a resistance area now, because it was a support area earlier and is a resistance. So the price gonna fall for the Dogecoin furthermore. Okay, that's a prediction. I'm not an expert on the crypto, but that's just a prediction. If you want to predict the price, just look at the price, not look at the crypto. Right.
And I think so. The other point that you made, where SMA 20 will help you guide the indicator.
Yeah.
That
so this is 20.
That is very, yeah. That is also very precise. Even looking at the crypto, right? When
this is 20.
when
This is 20, right? Whenever you see those one, this is 20. So 20 helps us. This will work as a good support as well as the resistance. So like if you see here on this crypto as well, see here, it took work as a good support. Once it broke it with a good volume, now it's acting as a resistance, and then it broke it. So chances for crypto, if it doesn't sustain this level, it will fall. It will always help us as a good support and the resistance level, no matter what. And this is the longer 1 hour is like a longer time frame. So here, this is like a support.
Would you mind adding volume to it so that we could just see how it really looks like?
Volume. Yeah. Volume was high and then it fell. Then the next time the volume was much more higher, but the price didn't go much up because somebody must have just covered the position. You never know.
Jigar, just one small clarification. The middle line is representing 20 EMA.
20 SMA.
Yes, SMA, sorry.
Yeah.
And the upper and the lower one for the BB is representing what?
It's just a deviation, standard deviation they call. So let me put it on the Tesla. So
okay, it's not defined with any number of days.
No, it's just the deviation they use it, and you don't change anything. Say for an example, I'm gonna cut the volume down here. So if you see, I'm gonna put it on 5-minute chart, so make it easier. That's in Tesla. If I do the change the deviation, which is 2 here, and if I make it 3, the band becomes larger, the price doesn't touch the band. Okay, so that gives the false positive. And if I make the deviation smaller, the price is always outside the band, right? So it will give the false resistance, like false signals. So most of the time, people doesn't change anything for the deviation. They just keep it as usual and just use the standard formula for the BB. Okay. So, like, did you get an idea how the BB squeeze might work? It doesn't work all the time, but when it works as a charm. Did it work on the Neo? Yeah, I think so. It worked on the Neo. I kind of mentioned on the Neo as well. So here, if you see it, like, see on those prices, like whenever the price walks on the band in starting an uptrend, you can get a pretty good moves. And at the same time, remember our like a first logic was first candle, if it's bullish, go here and then move on, right? And then if you see the price went on a sideways entire this time, like price was on a sideways, and let's see what happens. It's still on a sideways probably. And once that one was broken, the price went down. It gives the false breakout and then price went down. So you can use it if you want to. Like here, if you see, the price was kind of sideways, and then the next day the price kind of gave a pretty good move downward. Does it make sense here? Like it has to go blast. Like what I mean by the blast is like it has to have the smaller range. Once you have the smaller range, I'm trying to see if I can find the another smaller range to give the proper idea. Okay, here as well. This will won't work it, but we can take it as well because this is here was on a range, and then when it started moving out from the range, it gives almost 5% on a day. Like that was before like 10:30. From 9:30 to 10:30 within an hour, you get 5%. So it might help you out when you are the price is like a trending, and just to determine specifically for the larger move, if the price is not able to cross the 20 SMA, that means you are in a good trade. Keep and hold your trade. So like this one was like 5% as well, and when it went up with the movement, it went up like 2-3%. The price was walking on the band, right? And at the same time, don't forget about this our area, that one you have the bullish candle, second candle closes above the bullish candle, and then you go long and you figured out, okay, this is crossing 20 SMA as well, now it's touching the band, let me go on the trend, sit on the train and let it ride. Once it moves out from the trade, you get out. This is one way to look. Now,
And we also see that the other charts, right? The inverse hammer that
yeah,
happened at
everything,
the top.
yeah, everything you have to
Uh,
see.
yeah, and those also kind of are falling in the picture in here, right?
Yeah.
Right at 10:45, something like that. We
Yeah.
started seeing the
First hammer.
pregnant lady or the harami or something, right?
This one, yeah, this is like a more of a bearish harami.
Yeah.
Like
And
kind of
before
bearish
that
harami.
is the inverse hammer.
Inverse hammer. So that means like you be cautious. Now, what indication you got is first that there is a bearish, inverted hammer. Again, this is like a bullish candle, that's okay. But once this candle is broken, once it gives the high, you can go short if you want to. And your high will be here. You would have got, like, your stop loss would have hit, but that's fine. That's how the trading works. You're not gonna get all the time the result you want. But at least when you are bullish, you don't go bearish on the same day. Be bullish. Once the price went up, move out from the trade, you get out somewhere here. And when we do the golden crossover, we will figure it out whether you can get it out or not. Okay, with the golden crossover. Okay, so now let's move on to the golden crossover, and then we'll move on to the CPR. Everybody understood how the price works? Anybody has a question? No. Okay, I'm guessing that nobody has a question. So for the golden crossover, we're gonna use 3 EMA, which is 4, 9, and 18. Okay, 3 EMA, which is 4, 9, and 18. Okay, and let's.
Hi, sorry, Jigar.
Yeah.
I had a question. So for the Bollinger Bands,
Yeah.
are they used typically for day trading or swing?
You can use it. You can use for the day trading. You can use it for the long, like swing trading, as well as the day long-term investment. You can use it for all, depending what time frame you're using. Day trading 5 minutes, swing trading day time frame. For the longer, like investment, daily time frame as well as the weekly time frame. Let's see on the weekly and the daily. Okay, before I move on to those, this is Neo. Let's look it on daily for a BB band. Okay. Okay. So now, if you see here, when you get into the price, whenever, if you are doing a long-term investment, whenever the price is around 20 SMA, either on the weekly or the daily, you get in. So if you see the price here, price was narrowing on the weekly time frame. If it happens on the weekly, is very bullish or the bearish. So if you see here, price was on narrowing on a weekly time frame, right? What did I say? Price always follow the bigger time frame. Sudhir asked question, why standard deviation is set to 2 BB and inside. So 2 is the standard. If you do the changes from the 3 or 1, you will get the false positive result. The price will move away from the band, or price will be the band will be too much inside the price. That's why we usually use the 2 for the BB standard deviation. Okay.
Thank you. So I just noticed that when it's set to 2, the bands are a little more systematic. Otherwise, they are like haywire. They are not fitting well.
Yes. Yeah. That's why there's 2, right? So on the weekly time frame, if you see here, the band was narrowing, right? It will be difficult for a day trade. No, Mudassar bhai, it won't be difficult. When we go to the Tesla and everything, I will show you how the BB works.
I was actually answering the question, adding
Okay, gotcha.
comment as well.
Okay,
if we
gotcha.
move away from 2 to 1 or maybe 3, that's what.
Yeah, okay. For the deviation, just use the standard, because that's the way everybody uses. So
yes, exactly.
Here on those one, the price is away from the, like, on the walking on the band. If you see on the weekly basis, right? So that means you can be in the trade because this is the longer time frame. And if you want to get out, you can get it out from here, right? You can, like, again, you would think that you missed this range, which is another $20. But if you are a long-term investor, you don't want to get out if the price is still with the above the 20 SMA. So this one will give you an indication that price is still bullish. This will give you an indication for the long term that price is still bullish. It's not bearish yet. But when it moves away from the completely and goes on the range bound, that means you have to be very cautious. So once you know that, okay, the price is moving, you put your stop loss here, because you're gonna trail your stop loss. You're not gonna keep your stop loss like way away down here. You wanna still keep your stop loss move upwards on the
Right.
weekly basis time frame.
Right.
So because your stop loss is here, you need to see when was the long low. Like you can even keep it here. That's fine, because it was the lowest and the price move away, because when the price goes out, it has to come in. Everybody knows it. Now the price move away from here, so you can still, you are riding, you're gonna still keep your stop loss say from here to here. Now the next week, on a weekly basis, this is on the weekly basis, so you don't worry about the daily basis. Weekly basis is more stronger timeline. Go, you put your stop line here, and once the price is moving here, so it will be hitting your stop loss somewhere here. If it hit,
Right.
it hits. So that means you be on a trade for the longer period of time. If you are like swing trader, if you want to catch the big moves, right? So you can use the BB for those reasons. That how you can use the BB,
Right. That this makes more sense. Yeah.
right? Because this is for the swing trader. Because I'm using the bigger time frame. I'm not using the 5-minute candles or 1-minute candle. Bigger time frame, less the noise. Okay. Now let's go to the our golden crossover. As I said earlier, we'll be using 5-minute chart for the day trader. And if you don't know this one, you will be amazed how it works. So I'm gonna turn down the price. Anybody can say what is this one for? This is green is 4, red or the orange is 9, and the purple is 18. Okay, so you're gonna use the 3 time frame, 3 EMA, 4, 9, and 18 EMA. This is all EMA for the 5-minute chart. Okay, the first rule you need to remember, the price for 9, 18, it has to be on this level. Like first will be the 4, 9, and 18 if the price is going up. If the price is falling down, 18 should be on the top, 9 should be in the middle, and 4 is on the bottom. Okay, so here, this, you go up to the trend, do not leave the trend. If you are like a risk trader, then get out when the price closes below the 18. If you are not a risk trader, get out when the price is closing below the number 9. Okay, let's see, this is where you get out, and let's see where you can get entry here. This was an entry because this is a crossover. This was an entry as well, and this was an entry as well. You might have hit your stop loss, but that's fine, it hits. It's not, no strategy is perfect. Okay, I'm not talking about watching the price or anything, I'm just showing like a crossover. Okay, this was the crossover, this was the crossover, either up or down. Okay, either up or down, I'm checking on both. Okay, now let me put the price here. Okay,
So the crossover should happen between sorry, which 2 days again?
4, 9, and 18 EMA. 4, 9, and 18. Okay, so if you see here, now the price came below the 4 moving average, price which is green, which is 4 moving average, crossed the 9, crossed the 18, then 9 came and 9 crossed the 18. So this is the perfect entry point for you. and now they are separating. So either you get entry here or you can get entry here somewhere. Okay, and as I said earlier, either you have to get it out on the 9 when it's crossing above or closing above the 9, or crossing above the 18. That's where you get out. Up to you where you want to get out. But with this strategy, you might be able to get at least 2% or 3%, sometimes 5% as well. So the price, if you see a price went up, moving average goes up, your stop loss will be like somewhere you would have been able to get about 1% here, because you will get entry after this one anyways. And if you short it this area, then you will get it up to here 1%, 4%, depending on how you take a trade. Like this one, this is like a good trending day where you have got at least 2%. And if you are a risk trader, if you are a seasoned trader, you would be able to get at least 3% or 4%. Does it make sense here or not yet? Any question?
Jigar, do you mean if we pick options, we would make the money? Because it's a downtrending, right? So basically,
it's a put. You have to buy the put.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Downtrade, you have to buy put, yeah.
Okay. Basically, we would wait for the next crossover, right? Where the 4 goes over the 18 and 9. And that's when we make an entry into a stock, right? When we are planning to buy the stocks.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
You wait it. So this is like a your setup. Okay. This is your setup. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you see here, on a trending day, it gives a pretty good result. On the second candle only, the price went up. On the 4, 9 is closing above 18. So you got it somewhere here, and you will be able to sit here until you'll be able to get 5, because as what I said, wait until it gives closing below 18 on like below 9. If you are not a risk trader. If you are a risk trader, you wait until the closing below the 18. If you are a risk trader.
Got it.
Okay. Let's see for 918 if it works here. Yeah. Check it out here. If you are not a risk trader, you would have get out here with a 3%. If you are a risk trader, you go right up to here. That is 5%. Almost, yeah, that's a 5% in a daily.
But this is all purely for day trading, right?
This is for the day trading.
Yeah. But if we want to do any long-term trading, then we use the Bollinger to find out how long we stay, and probably this one to make an entry.
Yeah, you can make an entry. For the long term, you always try to make the entry at the 20 SMA on the weekly time frame.
Got it.
That will be your entry point. Okay. This will give you an idea that, okay, this is kind of on a downtrend. So the price on a daily time frame, it will say like, okay, it's still on a downtrend. It's not able to move above. And it's better to avoid those kind of trade where you don't have a clear indication. It might fall further down. It looks like it for the NEO.
Got it.
$30.
Plus, probably even the volume will give us a better indication.
I have never used, like, I don't use a volume, but if you want to, yeah, you can use the volume. Those are the very liquid stock. Liquid stock doesn't have an issue with the volume. How many, if you see here, 55 million, 23 million, 71 million volume, 75, 115. When you have the volume sudden increase, that's where it makes more sense to get in, because that means somebody's buying. So for an example, here the volume was $12 million, and suddenly it becomes 433 million, and then again you have some 321 million. That means something going on. Suddenly you have the big volume coming in. That's where you have to be more focused, okay, yeah, something cooking. And then once it started, even with the 12, if you see when it was trending, volume was so high, but when it was in the peak, volume was like 94.
I mean,
70.
this was about the time when everyone said, "Oh, Neo
Yeah.
is not going away," and everyone started jumping in on the
Yeah.
bandwagon, right?
Yeah, as a big trader will get entry here. Okay, this is their entry. Okay, as a trader, our entry usually will be like somewhere here. Our entry will be like somewhere this area. Okay, very newbie and people who doesn't know anything about the stock, their entry will be here, and their exit will be somewhere here. These people will get an exit here, like very low. Why? Because they think like, oh, it's now done, and then it will start another move. The market always favors the bigger player. We are the very small people, so our plan is to get in somewhere here and get out somewhere here. Okay, or put the stop loss and let it ride. That's our job. You can't get the bottom, you can't get the top. You have to come where here and somehow get out here, and then forget about the stock. Okay. Any question or concern so far for the 5 minutes? Do you want to check the another example for any other stock for the golden crossover?
So for golden crossover, is it always mandate that we have to use the 5-minute charts?
Yes.
Okay.
Use the, because day trading 5 minute is the minimum time frame you want to use. 5 and the 15 is better.
Got it. It just avoids the noise.
Yeah, like it avoids the very like or extra noise from the market. Okay. Anybody has any question so far? Then I can move on to the like different example if you want for the golden crossover. No.
Could
So
we
when
check
you
OCGN if you have time?
Yeah. OCGN. Check it out. Golden crossover happened. The price went up. You don't get out. You, if you're not a risk trader, get out at like 9. If you're a risk trader, get out at 18. Right? Bigger the gap between these two, like these three, that means the more the price is powerful to going upwards. And at the same time, if you put the Bollinger Band is saying the same thing. The price is moving up. When the price moved out from the Bollinger Band and comes to the 9, you can get out. You never know what's going to change. Right? Let's see here, even here. It looks messy to you sometimes, but you're not gonna keep all the time. You just watch it, confirm it, and take it out. You don't have to keep the Bollinger Band all the time. You just confirm, get it out. You have the plenty of time. You have 5 minutes to check it. So this is not that hard. The crossover happened here. Price went out. You know that this is below the 4 moving average. Now it's gonna touch the band. You can keep it. Move out from the band. You are planning to move out. Give closing above the 9 EMA. You get out. So from here to here, it gives 2%. That's 25 cents. And when you have the big quantity, it gives a good amount. Right? Here as well. See here. So the first entry was somewhere here. I'm gonna turn off the Bollinger Band. First entry was somewhere here. Exit was somewhere here or here, and the second entry was somewhere here. Does it make sense? So if you take first entry to the second entry, it was like 6%, and then this one to here, you're gonna lose 4.45%, and then the second one was up to here, about 5%. So from here, and again at the same time, do not forget this trend. Okay, do not forget this one. Like this has a resistance. So this resistance must have come from somewhere, right? It must have come from somewhere. Let's see. Yeah. So if you see, this resistance came from somewhere here, right? So once you got the confirmation, okay, this is the price. The price is making band like the inverted hammer. Second candle does not close, but this candle closed below here. So, and this was the day's low. That means like if you want to go long, like short, after this candle, you can go short anytime after this candle, because this was the day's low. You can go short. If the price is breaking the day's low, you will be good to go short. Put the stop loss somewhere here and you go ride the trade. Does it make sense how the price action worked along with our golden crossover? Because here you are saying that there is a resistance as well. So now what you need to do is just have to wait for this one to break out. Even before the breakout, you can see there is a golden crossover happening. If you want to wait, you can wait up to here. You can wait up to this area, this candle, and get out for the get into the trade and see whether it works in your favor or not. Does it make sense to you
Jigar,
guys?
for that scenario, right, where the EMA 4 dipped below the 9 and 18, let's say within next 10 minutes or so, it kind of went back up, right?
Yeah.
In
So
that case, we would
is,
immediately find an exit, is it?
yeah, because when you enter here, so what will be your stop loss? You're getting out from your stop loss is here anyways, right?
Got it.
Because you're not gonna get in without the stop loss, right? You want to have the stop loss anyway. So this is your stop loss. If the trend goes against you, you're gonna lose some money. How much you are losing? So you are losing 3%. So now you have to get at least 6%. So this will be 6% will be your target here. You get out somewhere here 6% because your stop loss at 3%. So you have to get 6%. You're putting 40%. You have to get 80 cents. That's the minimum you need to get it. You don't get out. Either one of them has to hit, or once you figure out price action is not in your favor, you get out.
Got it.
Okay.
Jigar, just another request. I mean, I'm new to TradingView. I haven't played around too much. Would you mind sharing the list of objects that you use, like the Fibonacci?
Take the pictures. If you want to take the pictures, take the pictures here. Wherever you see this my line, that's what I use. Whenever you see this yellow line, that's what I use. And it depends. You might not like it. You might like it something else. So what you need to do is just play about.
Yeah, I just wanted a starting point.
Okay, this is yellow.
Okay.
Yeah, this is yellow. Did you take it? Take the
I'll
picture.
take it from the video.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay, let me just show you what I'm taking. Okay. Here I take it on the indicators. Sorry. Those are the indicators.
Got it.
Okay. I don't use everything. Okay. Just to let you know, I don't use it. But you need
Sure,
to
sure.
you,
I mean,
you need to try
totally,
it.
totally. I mean, I just wanted a starting
Okay.
point
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
on using the platform. That's it.
Okay. No problem.
Jigar.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody is saying the link is not reachable. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask very basic question. Whenever we are using TradingView platform, like, so how we get this EMA lines? So could you please
from the indicators from here?
Yeah.
Indicator FX, and
could
then you
please-
put the 7 EMA.
Okay.
And the 5 EMA and go that one and you click it on those one. So it will come over here and then go to this setting and you can change everything. You can change the color as well.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody has any other question? Any question?
Just more basic. What does EMA stand for? Sorry, I think
Ex-
so.
ex-
MA is moving average.
exponential moving average.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Jacob, which one do you prefer? EMA or SMA?
EMA for the day traders, SMA for the swing or the long term.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's see. Everybody understood the Bollinger Band and the golden crossover. Okay. Now let's move on to the different one, which is called CPR. CPR is also helpful to figure out what will be your stop loss and the target. Okay. CPR. Okay. Okay. So this is how the CPR will look like. When you go to the FX, the indicators, look for the CPR by KGS. That's the nicest one, which I use it. You might like it that too. Then go to the setting, and you can use daily pivot, weekly pivot, monthly pivot, previous day high, previous day low, and then you can change this style. This is like a pivot. This is like a bottom CPR, bottom pivot. This is the top pivot, and those are the resistance for the pivot. And weekly pivot is, I keep it on the yellow. You can keep it anything what you want. Monthly pivot, I always keep black because that's my style. I usually keep the higher time frame on a black. So that's how I use it. If you can use, if you want to, you can use it. This is the nice one. So anybody can guess something here, that what happened. CPR, what is CPR? Okay, CTL is central pivot range. Everybody use the pivot points. Anybody use the pivot points here? Anybody or heard about it? Pivot points. Yes, you used it.
Yeah, yes.
Mudasaba, did you use the pivot points or the CPR?
No, pivot points.
Pivot points. Okay. So in the pivot points, if you remember, there is only one line.
Yes.
Okay. But the pivot point, when you have the CPR, it gives a little bit of room specifically to help you to avoid any unnecessary stop loss hunting. Okay. So if you see here, if it was your CPR pivot point, normal pivot point, this the purple line which you see, that's your pivot point, the normal pivot points. Let me just put it on for everybody who doesn't know what is pivot points. So go to this pivot here, and I'm going to put the pivot point standard, and this is the Fibonacci one, but I'm going to use the standard for you guys. So traditional. Okay, so do you see that the same line? I'm going to keep this as a black line. Okay, so you can see it a little lighter. Okay, so if you see here, the black one is the pivot points as per the pivot point indicator. Okay, this is not a leading, this is not a lagging indicator, this is the leading indicator. What does it mean is like it doesn't change entire day, it will be the same for the entire day. If you have the pivot points here, your stop loss, usually you keep it above the CPR, above the pivot points. So there are chances of your stop loss being hunt is pretty much high. Okay, let's see if your stop loss got hunt anywhere else. Okay, let's see here, pivot points, black, even here, see, you will have the some wick. Do you see this kind of wick? So if you are going like a taking a shot, like taking a shot for the OCGN, and you keep the pivot point as your stop loss, and put your stop loss somewhere here above the pivot point, because when the price was here, it will just came over here and then it fell down. So you feel like your stop loss was getting hunted by the big players. Okay, so let's see pivot point yellow, like black one, pivot point. Okay,
So you keep the stop loss above that one, right?
above or the below CPR. above or the below CPR.
It
Okay.
depends. Okay, you're playing the
Yeah.
short or long.
Yeah, short or low. But if you see here, most of the time, I'm not saying CPR pure point is always the right one, but chances of it to give a closing is very low, right? Very low. Once it kind of gives closing, you might it can hit your stop loss as well. But the chances, if you're like normal pivot points, if your stop loss got triggered by out of 5 times out of 10 times, here it will be triggered only 2 times or 3 times. So the chances of your stop loss getting triggered by the unnecessary wick is very low. Okay, with the CPR. So CPR is like nothing but is the central point, and this is the extension, like a little bit of width of the CPR. One more thing about the CPR is here, the line you are seeing is like a red line, is the support line, and the green is like a resistance line. If I put the normal CPR, let me put all them as a black. Okay, normal support. Let me put it on a blue. So this is like a blue.
That's a pivot line.
This is the pivot line. This is the pivot line. I'm just giving out the difference between the pivot line and this one. Okay. So let me see here. So usually when you have the pivot points, these are the like support and resistance for the pivot. This is the normal pivot. Okay. If you put it on the Fibonacci level, sorry. If you put the Fibonacci level for the input, Fibonacci, it is changes as well. For the normal, you can use it if you want. If you can want Fibonacci, you can use it too. But here, if you see, you don't have the access to the monthly pivot, right? You don't have the access to the monthly pivot or the weekly pivot. Monthly pivot and the weekly pivots are very strong pivot. The strong support and the resistance. Okay. So for an example, let me just turn it off and let's go do the back testing, how the pivot worked on the weekly basis. Okay. Okay. The price reacted always. Okay. Look at here. Price went up. Price went up. Took the resistance at the CPR, came down, went again, couldn't manage to give the high from the previous days, previous high, couldn't manage to close it, and then price fell. Price tried to went past the monthly pivot, and then it fell. Price took this, try to took the like break it and again one more thing which I need to, two more things I need to forget about. I need to tell you about this one. Pivot works fine, specifically in the early morning, like up to 11 or 12 o'clock. After that, pivot are not that stronger. Second thing, when the pivot is very narrow like this, it's very hard to penetrate, like very easy to penetrate. But the pivot when it's like a wider, like if you see the gap is between these two is very wide, is very hard to get penetrate. Uh, Another thing you need to remember is like a virgin CPR. So the price has not come over here. So this will act as a good resistance even for next couple of days until this has been touched. So for Neo, the price, for an example, if it comes to like the OCGN, it will be very hard for to cross the 1138 to 1232 level for the OCGN. Okay. And wider the CPR, that that's how the trend, like it will be like a sideways. Smaller the CPR, the price will be like a on the trending market. Okay, so like this is like a wider, little bit wider, the price went sideways. uh this one is like like a normal, but price was like kind of trending much. Even here price went up. Usually it's very hard once it break it, let's say here, sorry, once price break the CPR, it will act as a good support or the resistance. Even here, where it was, here I was showing something here. Yeah, if you see here, the central pivot point was not even broken. The price went up above this level and then took the resistance from the S1 and then fell back and then it went sideways. Okay. Now, if you see here, this one here, nice one, the one which I was saying. Look, this one. This is the monthly CPR, monthly pivot point. Once the price took it, support from the monthly pivot, and when it makes the bullish candle, then you can see that it will go up. If I find more examples, I will check it. But usually, it gives pretty good result when it comes from the weekly or monthly. When it take the support from the monthly or the weekly, specifically early 5-10 minutes, early morning, it gives a good result on any stocks. Okay, let me see. Neo, let's see Neo. If we can find some trade for the monthly pivot or the weekly pivot. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now here, if you see here, the price gave closing below the monthly pivot and the price went down, right? Just early in the morning. I'm just talking about the early 5 to 15 minutes. Okay, early 5 to 15 minutes. And here, price took the support, of course, from the CPR. It acted as a resistance for a while. And then once it gave the breakout, then it went up. If you are like going short, if you are a day trader and if you want to trade first 5 minutes or 10 minutes, always look out for the first candle, like this candle. If it breaks the above the candle, and if it's like above the weekly or the CPR, and if you have the days highs or close nearby or the first resistance, you can get at least 1% or 2% from here. At least this has to be get broken, and your stop loss would be somewhere here below this candle, somewhere below this candle. Or you can, if you're a good like want to like make sure like it doesn't get hit, you can also put like below the weekly CPR because it's a stronger CPR, or below here. Up to you where you want to put your stop loss. Okay, let me see, show you somewhere here the price here. Okay, now in here, this one act as a first 5-minute candle. Second candle broke the support, like the resistance. You can go long because it kind of gave the support. If you want to go long, up to here will be your target. You shouldn't be taking this target because you don't know. But maybe at the time, your BB would have come and help you to be in the trade. And if I see your moving average would have come and help you to be in the trade. You know what I mean? That I'm not using only one. I'm using all together, all the strategy together. Anybody has questions so far or no?
Jigar, I was trying to understand. So CPR and pivot points, are they computed on months of data, or is it daily?
It's a daily. You can use it, but it works like a charm on the day trading. And you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do the calculation. You just go there on the indicator and put it on a chart. You can put it on. It's a standard. CPR is not available on all the platform. So you might have to go, if you're using pivot point, use the pivot point with the Fibonacci.
Got it. But how is that the pivot point? How is the black line determined?
Black line is a monthly pivot. Like they do calculate what was the, I think, high. They have the formula. I don't know the formula, to be frank.
Okay. I was trying to understand because usually we tend to have some movements in the pre-market and aftermarket, right? I was trying to understand whether those get factored into that. Okay.
Monthly pivot will be the same for the whole month.
Okay.
monthly and the weekly.
So
Weekly,
probably they average
yeah,
the everything across last 30 days.
the way they do it, I don't know, but usually it works like that. There is a formula which I kind of didn't pay attention too much, but
That's
next
okay.
time,
I was
yeah.
just
Yeah, I know you're so curious like how it comes, but usually you don't have to worry about those things. It comes automatically. So like this is like a 3rd May, so this is the month for the entire month. And if you see for the April, it was just right here. So I think it's taking the average for the last 3 months and find out the support and the resistance. One more thing here I need to tell you, which is very good for the swing trader. Let me see if I can close. Okay, daily. No, let me put it on an hourly chart. Okay. Okay. Now, if you are a day trader, I'm gonna turn off some of the stuff, so you might be able to see. I didn't share these things to the other class because I cannot completely forget that this is how you also you can use the CPR. Okay. So now there is no pivot point. Let me just get out the daily high and the daily low as well. USD high, USD low. I'm gonna take out the weekly as well, and the monthly I don't need it for you guys. Okay. If you're a day trader or a swing trader, always remember whenever you want to buy the price, it has your CPR on like on for what time frame. I'm checking. This is like a larger time frame for the swing trader. Your CPR has to be on ascending order, like it has to be like this order. This one, the next will be here, next will be here, next will be here. If you are going short, it has to be like this way. If you see CPR is following, right? The CPR is coming down. The second CPR is, this CPR is the on lower than the previous CPR. This CPR is small, lower than the previous CPR, lower than the previous CPR. You do not get it until you get at least 3 CPR going on the same favor. Like for an example, here 1, 2, and 3. So you want to get in from here to here. That will be your 9%. But once you kind of come like a closer and kind of falling, you get out. Once you get the 2, at least 2 or 3, then you go into the trade again. So you'll get some movement. Okay, let me show you the way I want to show you here, probably. Okay. I'm gonna take out the price. Okay, move out the price. So now, can you just, there is just the CPR on the chart, just the CPR. Okay, nothing else. If you're a swing trader, okay, if you're a swing trader, you want to wait at least 1 or 2 CPR higher than the previous CPR. So this is your first CPR. This is your first and second CPR. So you want to get in somewhere here and then go along. And once the next CPR, next day or 4 hour CPR for closes below the CPR, you want to get out. This will be your stop loss. You can do it this way as well. Okay. And then again, 1, 2, you get in, you get out here. 1, 2, get in and get out here. Does it make sense to you how you can use the CPR if you want to do the swing trader?
got it. And Jacob, could you repeat what you meant by the width of the CPR, right? You said
Okay.
the narrower the width, then more of
Okay.
accumulation or distribution, right?
No, the market will be go sideways. Market will go sideways.
More like a range bound, right?
Yeah, it will be like a range bound. So
Yeah.
this is 5-minute chart as well here. So usually this is okay. So most of the time, when you have the smaller, like a this kind of narrow CPR, the price tends to go on one direction, either this direction or the other direction, right? Most of the time, like here, it didn't work, but most of the time it goes on the like one direction. And whenever the price is a range bound, the next time you will have the narrow CPR, and whenever the prices are trending, you will have the wide CPR. You don't have to remember these things, but usually that's how the pattern works. So if you see here, the price went up, but the next day the CPR was a little bit wider. And here, the first 5 minutes candle give the good support, and the whole day price was on a range bound, but it still gave you some 2% result. And this is the good trending. And at the time, Bollinger is saying that okay, the band is moved upwards. If you wanna go be in the trade, you can put the stop loss and be in the trade. You can get out at the end of the day when you're the normal, like very narrow CPR. And even here on the next day, exactly at the CPR, over CPR, the price took the correction, like price took the support. This one gave the closing above it. Then you go ride the trade along with your EMA. Now you have the EMA confirmations. Now you have the CPR confirmations. You put the stop loss here and try to ride the trade. Couple of things you have to mix and match together in order to be like in the trade, right? Not only one thing you have to focus. Okay, I'm just talking about the golden crossover. Don't just focus on the golden crossover. You have to focus on the golden crossover, CPR, Bollinger Band, as well as sometime RSI if you want to. Otherwise, that's okay if you don't want to. But at least keep this one focus. And of course, the price action, how the price is reacting. Then you go along. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
And basically, the entry and exit mostly you refer to is at the option level, right? But when it comes to making an entry into stock, then we could probably use the lowest exit as the entry for purchasing the stocks, right? At that point.
No. So, for an example, if you are buying options, so you might buy the option here if you know the price action, or you can buy the option here because if the price from 41 to 42, the option price gonna increase too,
Got it. Yes. Yes.
right? For the day trading, the option price gonna increase too at the same time. So from 41, say suppose the strike price for that particular day was $100, it will be like 150 by the time it reaches to the 42, right?
Got it.
Because
Yes.
they still have the implied volatility in it. So that way you can at least make a $50. Whatever you're investing, you are investing only $100. Now you're getting 150, and you need to keep a stop loss, like say 75, I will get out. Or if the price falls below this price, I will get out. You don't have, you can get the mental stop loss that okay, if the price for the options, if the price on the spot charts falls below, I'm gonna get out from my trade no matter what, whether I'm making money or not. That will be your stop loss for the options.
Got it.
Okay. Anybody has any questions so far? Or anybody used this one before? Or no?
Not me.
Okay. Okay. Now, the last thing which I would like you to see. Do you wanna check more about CPR or no? You got it? How it works? Everybody got this? How the CPR works? You take the
I
support.
mean, at least basic knowledge we have. Now we have to explore and see.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Need to practice, right? Without practice, you won't say it. How I can say it? Because I'm seeing on the chart. That's how I'm kind of predicting everything, right? The only thing you need to remember here is like, you don't want to go short when the price is above the CPR. Only basic. Price is above the CPR, that means it's the trending upside. If it breaks the CPR downwards, you want to go short. right? The mutamoti, this is how you do it. If you don't know the trading much, you can at least don't go for long where you're supposed to go short. You don't go short when you're supposed to go long, right? That's mutamoti, you can do it.
Got it.
Yeah.
So can you show this to us on Apple?
Apple, I can show you Apple, orange, anything. It
Okay.
works the same. It works both everywhere. It works everywhere, right? So I'm gonna okay. Now the thing is for the Apple, sometimes it goes sideways, right? Apple, but some of the days
Most of
like
the
this
time.
one, yeah. But like if you see here, now if you know that one, what I said, if it breaks the monthly CPR, that means it's gonna go down. And here, if you see here too as well, it's taking us resistance at the
Yeah.
monthly CPR before it goes to the pivot point.
Yeah.
Right? Usually you wait for the pivot points if you are like pivot point trader. And if you see, it took the support first here. And as I said earlier, in the daytime, which is like almost 2 o'clock, the CPR, don't give more attention because it will be kind of like a pass through very easily. Let's see some more example for the CPR. Here, price went up. It took this will be your resistance. Okay, the weekly can be a good resistance, and then price took it up. Like if you want to take a trade, it will be like 1% trade, probably sure. Yeah, about 0.60%. You can take a trade or the lows like next day high, like previous day high. You can take it, and it was taking a support every time from those ones. That means like you can be in the trade if you want to until the price breaks it down. Here as well, resistance kind of worked for the Apple, and then it fell. You would have gone here, right? It would have been given like 0.70%. Apple is not good for like a day trading. It's more about sideways all the time. Here you can see that it broke the support, like the resist. It couldn't sustain over this 136 level, and you can go down.
Jigar, on this one, I don't see the black line, the monthly line.
I must have removed it. Let me see.
If you move the chart on the right side, it shows
Yeah,
there.
it shows. Yeah, wait.
On the right side, it was showing there.
Yeah, it was showing there. Yeah, it was showing. It doesn't show here.
But
Maybe,
it doesn't show it.
yeah, there is no black line here. I don't know. Yeah, he's here on the bottom.
Yes.
He's here on the bottom.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I have some options for July 16 for 120. So
for Apple?
Apple, yeah.
Okay. So July, what's the strike price?
120.
What's the strike price for the July?
120.
120?
Yeah.
And you are still in the money, right?
Yeah, I'm still in the money.
Okay, and when did you buy it? At 143 or?
No. I bought it at 117.
Oh,
At one
okay.
yeah, I bought it a few
months back.
A couple of months back.
How come you didn't sell it here? 148 was like
I know,
money. Nice in the money.
I know, I missed that.
Okay, so usually just to kind of give you a heads up for the next step.
I was thinking that maybe when the results come, it will go higher.
Results always everything mostly dumps. So
yeah,
remember this thing for the next time. Whenever the price is trending like a higher highs, okay, and when it doesn't make the higher highs again, and the next high, the next swing high is lower than the previous high, try to get out.
Right.
Try to get out. That okay, this is like I think it's done. It looks like it's done. And if you want to get in, always. And if you see here, at the same time, it was following a trend.
Yeah.
Right? So you would have get out here or here. Somewhere here. You should have like gotten out, but that's how the market works, right?
Yeah.
We have the greed. I do remember I gave the call for KMPS to one lady, I think Saida or something. It was like $9. It becomes $17 in 2 days. She was still holding. And she didn't get out. 70% up in 2 days. And people still hold.
Yeah.
Right? get out. You got the 70%. Run with the money. Even though company is nice, don't worry, it will come back. And now it's priced in the $9. So those news type kind of stock, always get out. Don't worry more about it. So for the Apple is good in a good trend, but if it breaks this trend line, you might see a kind of downwards. Weekly, if you see here as well, it's kind of
Does
taking a
Apple
good
follow S&P or Nasdaq?
SP, I think.
Nasdaq is showing downtrend.
SP, SP, I think. I think it's SP. Most of the companies are with the SP. I never paid attention to this one. If you compare with the SPY chart, you might be able to figure it out, but I haven't paid attention to
Because
this.
S&P we are projecting SPY is like
440. 440.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did predict it when it was 417. I predicted 420 and I didn't buy it. So because I was sucker on Friday. Thursday. I knew
And it's coming too early actually.
Yeah, it came when it was 417, broke the trend line. I know 420 was coming, and I lost my money on put because I didn't buy the call. Right, with the survey, that happens.
Yes.
Because so it's not like that you don't make the mistake. You make the mistake, you learn from it, and move on. So this one for 138 is a good resistance. I said earlier as well, if this one breaks, you might see a good chance that it will go up because this is very good trend line. It's making a higher highs. I'm gonna move those to trend line. So you might see a consolidation for the Apple. Let's see the RSI. I haven't checked it for the how's the strength. Okay, see if you Bollinger Band, I don't need it. RSI. You cannot use it more than 3 indicators if you are a free versions, which I'm using. That's why it's not allowing me to use the free version.
Is that divorce gonna impact this one? No.
Which one? Nah. Divorce is not gonna impact anything. 121 is probably come. Sister, 121, okay? Because
okay.
Yeah, because if you see here, it has to come here and then it go. Or if you're lucky, it might just go across this 137 line. Price is not.
No, I don't think I want to wait till 121.
Oh yeah, so you might be able to get out, right?
Yeah, I think I'll get out right now.
Yeah, you get out earlier.
Yes, it's gonna come down because I think the X date for the dividend is gone. Okay.
Dividend is like nothing. It's just couple of dollars gonna come down. Nothing much. Dividend doesn't affect much.
X date was for the previous one, not for the new one.
Yes.
So the price is moving up, but the RSI is moving down, and that's on weekly. So the trend is kind of more of a downwards.
Gonna come down.
At the same time, if you see, this is the support level for this. I'm gonna take this trend line off from here. Let's go on a daily because you are doing treated. Yeah. Okay. You have to adjust sometimes, right? Just to see it where it matches the most for the strength. It's kind of strength, but if you see here, the trend is kind of coming down, the RSI is falling. Might be a chance that it will take a resistance from this area and then it fall because it has taken the like a resistance at the same area. So there is chances that if the resistance is not closing above 50, it might come down. Okay. Just so be careful with the Apple. Just be careful. If you're already $10 in the money, so that's $1,000 right there. So
yeah.
Why to lose it? But yeah, it says July is a long time. But what you do, sister, if you want it, buy the sell this one and buy the closer one again for the next month or two. So you won't be able to. You might be paying the too much taxes. Look at that one, taxes and everything. I don't know about that one, but or sell some other stock or other strike price. Sell the 140 strike price or 145. You might be able to, if you are able to sell it weekly basis, sell it. What I'm trying to say is say for an example, you bought the 120, right? Now, if you are selling one for 35, so you might be able to collect some money.
Yeah.
And then if the price, when the price goes down, you might be able to recoup your money. So try it with a different strategy if you want to. Okay. Anybody has any questions so far for the CPR, moving averages, what you call our Bollinger Band or the golden crossover?
But in terms of Apple, it looks like it might bounce back from 126, right?
It's here 121. But here is also a good support area, right? Because sorry, this is all the resistance.
If you see the Bollinger Bands, the SMA 20 is still, I mean, it is still above SMA 20.
Right. Let me see here. We have the SMA here too. It's taking a support, which is yellow. Yellow is my 100. No, 50. This is, let me 20, 50, 100, and 200. I'm going to make it as a. So it's taking a support from the 50 here. So that means it might bounce from here. And again, if you see here, there was a good support area. So it might bounce back from here to the 136. Okay. So, and again, there was a trend line was helping as well. So a couple of things might come in to help them. So it's very hard to say, but usually because it took the support from here on the bottom, I would say 131, like if for a day traders, like let's see for the next week. Okay, let's see for the next week. So this will be like will be acting as your good resistance area. So if the strike price goes above 131.49, you will see 135 and 136 next week. If the price doesn't go open or get the resistance here at 131.7, you will get the 127. Right? Does it make sense now? It can go in either side. Yeah. So depending on what kind of situation arises, if the market is bullish and Apple wants to go up, 135 should come. But it has to cross 131.35, and then it will go up.
Got it. Could we also take a look at, if we have time, right? Could we take a look at those hot stocks like BNGO,
those are the
BNGO or NNDM?
So those are the stock are like, I would say like very different. NNDM, let me see, because I kind of watching. This is gonna go down. I was watching at the time. So here, see here, this is taking a good support here. That area, right? It's taking a good support on that area, right? So now this one is a good trend line as well, right? And every time, if you see it, when it broke the trend line, it went up and then down. So this is making like a higher highs, lower lows, higher high, lower lows, higher lows, lower lows, kinda. So chances, and again, it's taking a good support from here. It was like from here as well. So if it goes up, you might see that like how much? $1, 15% movement from here. So it might come to the $8 level. It might. So here, if you see here, from here to here, and this was the like from here to here was like 156. Let me see 156. So here it will come here, and this is the trend line here as well. So either you can draw the bigger trend line. Oh, this is 4 hour. So let me go on a daily. So on a daily too, if you see, come down, then go here 822, and then fall back to the 640. Or it just goes down from like here and
then
come
it
back to
could
the
take
620.
five or 450, something like that.
Yeah, and then it goes to the downtrend. Okay.
Got it.
Anybody has any
Basically,
question?
unless and until it breaks past 8, then
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense to buy it then.
Yeah, as long as it's kind of, if it goes like, say for an example, it gives closing tomorrow above 680, you can go with a strong stop loss with the 612, and you might be able to see $8.20 for a swing trader if it gives closing. Okay, if it doesn't give the closing above that level, you don't want to go long, right? Because it has to, like, it has to make the cup and handle kind of pattern. But before that, when it's making like a triangle, lower high, lower lows, so the chances of it to come to 85 will be there in like 3-4 months, I would say, is higher. Okay, anybody has any question or concern so far? Because we have kind of covered everything what we need to cover, so we'll be probably taking question.
Could we
sorry,
check the
did we talk
CPR
about?
for this?
Sorry, what were you saying, sister?
No, I was asking if we went over RSI.
RSI, let's touch base on RSI as well. Let's see it.
No, you can finish the CPR and then we can.
Now CPR we did finish. Like if anybody wants to go for the any question, then we can take the CPR. Otherwise, we can move on to the RSI. Okay. So RSI, you can use it a different way. The way we did use it last time was like we made sure like we use it along with the price action. So this is the RSI for the NNDM, right? What does RSI indicates is RSI gives an idea about the momentum or the strength of particular swing high or the swing low, right? So for an example, when the price was going up, right, it was always taking a support from this 52 area. Like it goes up, down, goes up and down. It was taking a support. Since then, once the RSI from here, like if you see RSI kind of fall from here, took the retracement at the same time. It fell and it took the retracement, and since then, which was like about $14, the price came to like $6. So it gave the decrease of about 55%, more than 55%. Why? Because there is no strength in the market for the RSI. Now, here for the NNDM, RSI is going up, but then it's taking a resistance. If you see here, it took the resistance here, it took the resistance here, and then even if it goes here up, there are chances that it will take the resistance from 815 level. If it breaks the RSI on a daily time frame above 53 and sustain and come back again, then there is chances that NNDM going higher. Does it make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do not look at is it oversold or overbought. Do not look at okay, this is overbought or overshot. Okay, always look at how the NNDM is working towards the, like, how is supporting or work towards the RSI. Let's see Tesla for an example, or the PLTR. Let's see PLTR. No, we haven't checked the PLTR today. That's fair. It. Who is anybody's on WKHS or Romeo? Anything like those kind of stocks? Then we'll take those kind of talk which you guys have it. So it will make an idea as well. Romeo. Which one? Romeo? RMO?
Yeah, RMO.
Pani. RMO is in water. Okay. Okay, no problem. See here. This is on a daily. Okay. Now, if you see RMO, let's see if you draw here. Can I draw like this line? And even if I extend it, does it make sense that every time RSI try to cross 50 is finding a struggle? Can I say is going 50 finding a struggle and is only getting a support on the bottom, which is here,
Yes.
right? So in order to go RSI, even if it breaks this one, it might come back again. That RMO doesn't gonna grow that far, but usually it's gonna come to the 623 level. Looks like it. But if it goes, it has to go and cross 50 level. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, it won't be crossing the 50 level. The way you can use the RSI by using the divergence, specifically if you are doing the day trader, like the swing trader. Let me show here the horizontal, right? I'm gonna cross this one. Okay. Now, if you see, okay, the price here for the RSI, like the price for the RSI, not the price, just the RSI. I'm gonna take this off as well. Okay. The price was falling and the RSI was going up, right? So that means there is a chance that the price will go up. This is called a divergence. Okay. So what does the divergence means is there is a discrepancy between the RSI and the price. When the RSI like the price goes down, RSI goes down as well. But sometime what happen is when the price is moving down, but the RSI, the momentum, the strength is going up. This is called the bullish divergence. Whereas sometime what happens, price is going up, but the RSI is falling. That means the price gonna fall because there is no strength in particular momentum. Okay, it doesn't happen often, but whenever it happens, it can give the confirmation. You shouldn't be taking any trade based just on the RSI, but it just gives the confirmation that the trend is going on a opposite direction. Whether if it was going down, now the trend is going up. So this was the divergence here. Okay, let's see.
Where you see the Romeo Jigar by in the next couple of months, because I'm losing big one in Romeo, like I'm losing 50% right now, like 53% I'm down.
Romeo is gonna be down. Trust me, it's gonna be down. Up to I'm seeing like $6 level. Okay.
By any near future in a couple of months, is there any upward trend like going to be up?
It like those kind of what happens, like it will take a while for it to get out from that consolidation area.
Right.
So you have to watch out for those consolidation breakout. And once the consolidation is breaking out, then you buy it and sell it so you can bring down your average.
Right.
Do not buy it now. Do not average it now.
Okay, so I would wait. I would wait
until the consolidation is gone, until you see the momentum is coming back, until you see that there is a 60, 50 is crossing on RSI and is supporting. Then you go long. Okay. So for an example, let's see if PLTR has some momentum or strength. Okay. PLTR, everybody's favorite as well, right? Here is this RSI taking a stand, and look at this one. Do you think the PLTR, like looking at this one, whatever you learned just for like 5 minutes ago, do you think there is a strength for the PLTR? Any strength for the PLTR?
It's decaying.
Right? There is no strength, there is no momentum here. How the PLTR gonna go up? Even if it goes up, the 2160s will come in the pictures and will bring it price down to the $18, $17, $18. There is no strength. in the market for the PLTR.
Looks like for Palantir, we might even see 16s.
Yeah, this one
right?
here, 1636.
Yeah.
You might see, right? 1636, 1385, and 1219. Those are the levels.
Yep. Yep.
Right? So there is, and again, if you see the continuation, like I'm gonna put it down. The price came from the top, and then I make a like a lower high, lower lows. So then it's supposed to go down, and they're supposed to go down up to 25% from here. Is it 25%? Yeah, here. So 1655 is coming for the PLTR. Sooner or later, it's not gonna go next day. Okay, but it will come. You have to just be patient. And once it comes, once it goes like this area, you can use it to go for a swing trader. You don't have to like be that okay, he's not gonna go. You can be a day trader with the PLTR. Okay.
So is it good to short? Is it good to short that?
You can short it if you want it. You can short it. If you see the 5-minute chart, let's see the 5-minute chart. What is this? See, and let me see if we have EMA. I'm gonna do some adjustment on those one. See here, look at the, like, if you want to short it on a day trader, you can do it by use the golden crossover and short it. Right? You can short it every day, and it didn't even courage to give you answer, because on the even for the 5 minutes, if you see here, the momentum is not there.
It's downward.
Yeah, it's on the downwards. You short it here, and I can go with the stop loss. Sometimes it happens. So what happens with those kind of stock? When the market falls down, like at 1% or 2%, it falls 5%. But when the market goes like 1%, like 5%, this will only go on the sideways, or will go 0.5% or 1%. It won't give a big move, even the market is trending. Okay, and if you see this one, let me see if it's below what range. Okay, input is 20, 50, and 100. So this is like 20, 50, and 100 and 200. Right, and put it here. Holy, so much. Okay, so now you tell me where it's gonna find the strength. Only strength is gonna provide is with the, this is, sorry, 5 minutes. Sorry, 5 minutes. I'm not gonna check it. Now, there is no way for it. There is no reason for it to come up, right? Because if you see trend lines and everything, is below the 20, below the 50, even below the 100.
Yeah.
So where is the strength? There is no strength in this stock. So short it every day, make some money. If you really are good at the shorting, short it. But go with the stop loss, okay? And when the market is down, when you short it, you will get a bigger returns than the when market is up. Okay, even for let's say NEO, if NEO has some strength now.
Can we check CCIV? I think so. That's an favorite stock, right?
CCIV is done too. Right, CCIV is done too. If you see here, CCIV, no strength here.
Yeah.
It's taking a support from here. I would say it's not like not taking a support. It's taking a support here. So you might see some up movement next week, because it's kind of RSI, the strength is kind of coming. Okay. But you never know, right? Let's see. Price is falling. Let's see, any divergence? No, there is no divergence.
Looks like they are all these are stalling at the moment.
Yeah, there is nothing because there is no, people are not buying those things, right? Let's see, like nothing here. There is no strength. On a daily time frame, like see here, it was like supporting this RSI was 60. It kind of supported earlier. If I say, even if I say this one, yeah, 50, kind of supported, and then it fell when took the resistance at that 50 level. Sorry, yeah, this one 53 level, and then it fell back. There is no strength after that one. So it might go up and down like from here, but it will come back again. Even if you see here, like making a higher high, higher lows. So this is like this will be like good resistance for the CCIV. And now we have to watch out for the like higher highs or higher lows, the next swing. So it might happen, you never know in the market. This will come back, and if it closing above the $25, that means we might be changing the trend, right? So it all depends, right? Anybody has any question or concern so far for any of the topic we took?
Jigar, can you look at the Magna MG, the candy stock?
MGNA?
Magna.
Yeah, MGNA, right? Magna?
MG, or just MG?
Okay.
Magna International.
That's a TSX, right? Okay.
Yeah.
This is bullish. Look at this bullish candle. Okay. This is very bullish. I'm gonna highlight this one, put it down here. Yeah, look at the strength. It's trending, right? Very good stock. And if I put the EMA, like, see, it's just kind of hovering around the 20, like 50 SMA is taking a support every time. It's taking a support from 50. So it's making a high. Bollinger Band, you want to see? Let me, I'm gonna cut down the CPR and Bollinger Band. See, it's above the 20 SMA. That's fine. Above, yeah, but it's like a higher. So on a weekly, look at this one. Weekly is so bullish. Like weekly is kind of just going with the band. Of course, there is a correction up, but yeah. So next target will be for this one, $12 up from here. So you might see like 130 average.
Would it be fair to say that whenever we screen for any tickers, we basically look for anything where EMA 4, 9, 18 is beaten or is smaller, right?
Look for the SMA. Look for the SMA.
Okay, SMA.
Look here. On a monthly basis, when you get, if you get any stock at the 20 SMA, you go long. And your stop loss below the 20 SMA, you can go long. And here as well, on a monthly basis, the price is crossing, the 20 SMA is crossing here, the 50 SMA. So that means price is very bullish. From within like 5-6 months, you can get those. And again, it's Bollinger, if you go on a Bollinger Band, it's still on the Bollinger Band. Like, it will be very hard. This is very bullish. On a monthly basis, is on walking on the band, right? It's not walking on a band on anywhere else. Like if you see here, earlier when it walked on the band for a monthly basis, it went from 21 to the $63 in like 1 year. It gave like almost 200% return, almost. And I'm talking just about the walking on the band. So, and that was like for September to the August 2000, about 1.5 years, right? It was walking on the band. And whenever it was walking on the band on a monthly basis downwards, look at this one, almost 168% down.
Could we take a look at mRNA? You remember mRNA also made a massive uptrend, right, last year from like 10, 11, 12 bucks all the way to 190 bucks.
Yeah. So this is on a daily, and this, well, even for the like daily, look at this one. I'm gonna turn off this mobile like here. Look at this, what happened here. The price went on the consolidation on the daily time frame. For how many days? 22nd July to the 9th of November. 3 months. People were gathering the Moderna. Right? And then once you break it, within like 23 days, 23 moving session, it gave 100% return. It took at least how many days? Took almost 78 days, 78 trading session, that almost like 3 months to just being in consolidation. When it break out, it gives 100% within like 23 days. So within like 30%, 33% chances was there like just to go out. Like it took only 33% to make it 100% return. So baby band will work like a magic if you use it nicely. Trust me. And here also on a weekly basis, look at this one. Like from August 2019 till the 22nd of March, it was like so much consolidation, which was like almost $29. And after that one, boom, 500% return, almost 450% return. Okay. Any more questions or concern, guys? Because we are almost like up for the time, and we can wrap it up if you don't have any questions or concern. Everybody knows how to use the Bollinger Band now, at least kind of moti idea. Got it?
Yes, it's nice.
Yeah. No, this has been very helpful.
Yeah. So specifically when you are day trading, like a swing traders, this will help you a lot. Right? Day trader also, when you have the BB blast, it will help a lot. Use the BB blast, golden crossover, CPR, and it will work like a magic for you if you're doing the trading along with the price action. Those are the helpful areas. Okay, it's not like a go along, but like it will help you to do more like informed decision when you're taking a trade. Don't just, you're not gonna take a trade just because you want to take a trade. Okay. Okay, thanks everybody. We can wrap up the session once the price is like everything is done. I'm gonna upload everything on the YouTube maybe today or tomorrow, and we'll share you the link.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank
Jigar.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much,
Jigar.
guys.
Thank you so
See ya.
much.
Thank
Thanks so
you.
much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
అదే నొక్కుతూ